Hello everyone, welcome to English session. Today we're going to start our new lesson, Unit 4, The Portrait of a Lady. And author of this lesson is Khushwant Singh. So let's we see about Khushwant Singh. Khushwant Singh is Indian writer in English. He was born on 2nd February 1914. He is a prominent Indian novelist and journalist. Singh's weekly column with Malak Towards One and All, carried by several Indian newspapers, is among the most widely read column in the country. Singh is the best for his penchant for secularism, his humor, and his abiding love of poetry. He got so many awards like Padma Bhushan in 1974 and Padma Vibhushan in 2007. He was one of the editor of famed Illustrated Weekly of India. His work includes a history of Sikh train to Pakistan, Delhi, and etc. So let's read the glossary loudly. As I always say, you have to read the glossary loudly. In this story, the author draws a pen portrait of his grandmother. He beautifully unfolds his relationship with her while describing her appearance, that is looking, and daily activities which he spent with her. So the story is about author's grandmother and sweet memories which spent by author with her grandmother, and all he writes that how she looks, what are the activities she used to do, everything is written in this particular chapter. So let's see the chapter. The author leaves for higher studies. Now in paragraph 8, the author says when he decided to go to abroad, that is other country, for his further education, okay, and he was sure that his grandmother would be upset. He thought that my grandmother will be upset because as I'm leaving from here, from my city, from my house for 5 years, okay, and for 5 years my grandmother will not see me, right? She will not see me. But when he saw his grandmother, she was not even sentimental, she was not even emotional, right? She came to the railway station to say goodbye to him, goodbye to grandson. But what did he found? That she was not even talking, or even she was not crying, she was not doing any kind of gesture, she was not showing any kind of emotions, okay. But what did the author found? That her lips were keep on moving in a prayer, okay, and she lost in her prayer, her mind lost in her prayer, okay, and her fingers were busy in a beats of her rosary, okay. So what happened here? Silently she kissed, silently grandmother kissed the forehead of her grandson, okay, and that was the last physical contact between the grandmother and the grandson. So he left for abroad for his further studies. Author's homecoming. So in paragraph 9, he says when he came back home after 5 years, he met his grandmother in a station, okay, and still that day when he saw his grandmother, she was not looking like more older, she was the same like how he left 5 years old, okay. And that time also he noticed that his grandmother doesn't have time, okay, she doesn't have time, and just she came and she hugged him, she hugged him, okay. But still what he can hear, he can only hear the reciting her prayer. He can only hear that his grandmother was still reciting the prayer. And even the first day when they came, so he thought maybe grandmother will spend time with me, she'll be happy. But here what happened? She didn't do. Even the first day, what was her happiest moment? Of course, the happiest moment was sitting in a veranda and feeding the sparrows. And in 10th paragraph, author says, and in the same in that evening, there was a sudden change in his grandmother. So what did the change was? That evening she was not even praying, okay. She called all her all the neighbors, all the women from the neighbors, okay, and she got one old drum, and she was singing, okay, with the instrument. She was singing for several hours, okay. She was singing and she was enjoying, and the way she was singing, like how the warrior, how the queen, right, how the when the king come back of after the war, right, how they enjoy, how they celebrate. That's the celebration what his grandmother was doing during that evening. And that time the author have noticed first time in his life that that was the day when she did not pray. That was the day when she did not pray, but she was busy in singing, and with the old drum she was beating, and she was just enjoying that day. Grandmother's death. In paragraph 11, so we have seen evening she was very much she was enjoying, and she was very much tired. So next morning in paragraph 11 we see the next morning she was taken ill. She was ill, and they have what happened to her. She had a mild fever. Mild is very very low fever, mild fever, okay. And doctor, we called doctor, and doctor told it will go. He said it would go, but his grandmother took in a wrong way. She thought that her end has come near, that she's going to die very soon. And she said that from that time she thought it's a very few hours before to close my eyes, I want to spend time in prayer, okay. I want to omit prayer, I want to recite my prayer, okay. And I'm not going to waste any time with anyone. I don't want to talk to anyone, and I don't want to waste my time. So here the family members, the author's parents were telling her, no, it's not like that, you have taken in a wrong way. But she ignored all that things, and she said, please go, and I wanted to spend time on my prayer. She was laying peacefully in her bed, and she was keep on telling the prayer, and she was busy with her beads, okay. Before they found something, what they have found, her lips have stopped. The rosary from her hand has fell down, okay, because of lifeless finger. And there was a peaceful shine, there was a peace or shine on her face, okay. And when we go there, when we saw there, we found that she was dead. A silent tribute by the sparrows. In paragraph 13, as grandma died in the morning, now it was a sunset, it was an evening time, where the author thought to go and on the light of her room. So they went and they on the light, and they stopped in a halfway in the courtyard, and they found in a place where grandma used to sit, right. The same place have been fully covered by the sparrows. All thousands of sparrows are sitting on the floor, okay. But there was no chirping, there was no sound, because they were missing, they were finding out where the grandmother was, okay. And my mother and myself, we felt very sad, okay. The author saying that author and his mother felt very sad for the bread. So what mother did, she took some bread and she make a bits, okay. She made a little crumbs, and the way his grandmother used to do, she threw it to them, okay. But what happened here, the sparrows took no notice of the bread. They didn't even saw the bread, didn't even see the bread, okay. And they were just sitting there without a movement, without a sound, okay. And when they carried his grandmother the last time, okay, when they carried from home to the graveyard, the same time all the birds, all the sparrows have flew away quietly, okay. And next morning when the sweeper came, the author is saying the next morning the sweeper came to sweep, he just found that all the breadcrumbs are there on the courtyard, and not even a single breadcrumb has taken by the sparrows, right. And all the breadcrumbs have been put into the dustbin.